Hey everyone, this is the author Andrew Snorton. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the July 7th edition of the Fast 15. Make sure to stay connected with me on social media more, and let's go ahead and enjoy today's live chat. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me for coughing. This is the author Andrew Snorton, and you are joining us for the Fast 15. This is our midweek live chat. Well, it's live on Instagram right now. Having a little bit of a problem with Facebook, so we'll upload the recording in a few. But usually every Wednesday, generally about 1:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes we get started a little bit earlier. Sometimes when technology is not cooperating, we just go ahead and make the most of it. But we take about 15 minutes or so to kind of pause, check up, check in, enjoy a short reading, and then close out on a positive note. We know that life has its share of moving parts, and while we normally try to start our days off as solidly as possible or close out our days as solidly as possible, we know sometimes things pop up during the day and you might not be able to wait until you get home or what have you. So hopefully this quick 15 minutes or so gives everybody a chance to kind of pause, kind of breathe, kind of reboot, and then go ahead. So it's not only hopefully helping you, but it actually does help me out. So since April 1st of last year, I know April Fools, but no fooling. We've pretty much been at it, each and every Wednesday. We change up every once in a while. And today's going to be a slight change, but not really, but I think it's just incorporating some cool stuff. To stay connected with me, add me on Facebook at the page Author Andrew Snorton, AUTHOR. ANDREWSNORTON. Make sure to add me on Instagram and Twitter at AuthorASnorton. You may email me at authorasnorton@gmail.com if you have, speaking requests, book club requests, copies of any of the books that I've written, as well as any information on the new merch that we're dropping. We're getting ready to add the Author A. Snorton Origins t-shirt line, and then a few other things are in the works. So shouts to Low Key Dope as well as Underneath Atlanta for teaming up on that. Any of those types of things, definitely make sure to give me a shout. As we always do, we always want to start off by just acknowledging folks that might be going through something. We know that, yes, part of it, pandemic. So we have C-Star Legacy joining us. Good to see you all on the gram. So make sure to connect with them, C-Star Legacy. We know that, because of the pandemic, there's still health concerns out there. Yes, we know the vaccine's out there. Yes, we see the numbers kind of stabilizing and in some areas, instances declining, but still use best practices regarding your health and wellness. We don't want to see this type of stuff recurring, but when it does, we want to be as prepared as possible. So we know some people are feeling stressors due to physical health. Some might be to mental health. Some just might be general stress. It could be dynamics between family to work to a whole bunch of other things. So for anyone out there that's kind of catching it, for lack of a better term, we understand that you might be feeling some kind of way, and while that's understandable, you don't want to stay stuck there, but we want you to constructively move out of that. So the situation calls for getting professional help, counselor, psychologist, psychiatrist, or informal help where you're just talking to that trusted family member, friend, or loved one, doing things like, your exercise, watching your diet, just, taking up different hobbies, things to help constructively decompress. All of us have had a moment or two, so we're not saying that you can't have a moment, but you don't want those moments being so detrimental to where it's hurting you and hurting others. So just acknowledgments to people out there. On the flip side, there's a number of good things happening to people. Some people are starting businesses. On the writing end, people are writing books, which is awesome. Some people who are in the arts and entertainment releasing new projects. Or it might be something simple. You cross the street safely without any help. Any of those types of accomplishments, whether it's small or big, you know what it took you in order to get through it. So for anybody that's experiencing some positives, or there's this positive thing going on, hey, continue to embrace that, feed off that positive vibe and energy. Every once in a while we do need to pause and breathe, but definitely feed off that. Hey, Andrea Biggs, what is going on, partner? Hey, I wrote a baseball book. You might want to get But just take the time you need to go ahead and pause, celebrate, enjoy. Like I said, what you've been led through or had to work through in order to get whatever success. So you have every right to decompress, enjoy, celebrate, but don't stay stuck there. Use that energy and pivot. So And don't forget about folks who might not be doing as well. So those are just some things we always try to start off with each and every day. Now, normally during this time, I take a selection from one of the books or audiobooks that I've written. But what I want to start doing is at least the first Wednesday of each month that I pull maybe a book that I've read, from another author. So, hey, fellow authors out there, if you want me to shout you out, let me know. So the book that I'm going to pull from is a favorite of mine, and it's called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. This is one of the books that when I'm not writing and recording, this is one of the books that I read, and it definitely helps you. I know it says as a man thinketh, but a lot of it's applicable to women too. We understand a lot of things start here. And if your mind's clear, you can do great things. When your mind's clouded, it can be awful. But I want to read this opening paragraph and then kind of just break it down so that way you can get, a sense of what direction they're going in. So I'm reading from the chapter, Effect of Thought on Circumstances. And this is the first paragraph to help set the tone. A man's mind may be likened to a garden, which may be intelligently cultivated or allowed to run wild. But whether cultivated or neglected, it must and will bring forth. If no useful seeds are put into it, then an abundance of useless weed seeds will fall therein and will continue to produce their kind. I tell you what, that's a pretty powerful tone setter where your thoughts become actions. And again, I want to go ahead and say this, and when we revisit this, likening to a garden which may be intelligently cultivated, and we've heard this, what you take in is what you put out. Feed your mind, ladies and gentlemen. Feed your mind with information you didn't know about. One of the great things, and we talk about it a lot of time, is the history of African Americans in this country, let alone the planet. Like there's so much out there that Black folks have done that people don't know about, including other Black folk. So seek out sources like Before the Mayflower, Stolen Legacy, things along those lines to understand, who you are, whose you are, what you've been able to do. And you can look at the same lens regarding other ethnic backgrounds, gender, things along those lines. And also feeding your mind can be learn how to, ride a bike, learn how to cook something, learn how to swing a bat, learn how to hit a golf club, learn how to, microwave or something. But it's true. What you put in is going to show up in some way, shape, or form. You put in something positive, put in something nurturing, put in something constructive. Why, hello there, Emery Rose Photography, also known as Deidre Walker. How are you doing this afternoon? You take in positivity, a lot of times that will come out. If you take in garbage, you're going to put out trash. So you got to be careful of what you put in your body and in your mind. Here's another thing that I want to reread. But whether cultivated or neglected, it must and will bring forth. So think about it. You invest in something in some way, shape, or form, it's going to come out. If you don't invest in something in some way, shape, or form, it's going to come out. And you guys can kind of figure out and go in different directions. Hey, there, and all that type of thing. Let me reread the second part. If no useful seeds are put into it, then an abundance of useless weed seeds will fall therein and will continue to produce their kind. You can go on so many different tangents, whether on the individual end, if we don't invest in the lives of young people, if we don't invest in our communities, if we don't invest in ourselves, something's going to be produced. So the question is, do you want it to be constructive or destructive? So I wanted just to read that opening paragraph from As a Man Thinketh. This is actually one of my favorite books, one of the ones that I go to, in addition to other sources, As a Man Thinketh, but especially in regards to what you put into your mind, what you're feeding in, and things of that nature. It's a great read. And even though it says As a Man Thinketh, you can really apply this across gender. Like what you think, what you put in is going to come out in some way, shape, or form. So I hope with today's little change, pivoting away from my stuff, I'll start the first Wednesday of each month to feature a book that I've read that's been real helpful and real impactful. So as we get ready to wind down during this moment of taking time to pause, a couple of things are on the horizon. Shouts to Black Writers Workspace. I'll be one of the featured authors for their virtual convention, July 30th and 31st. So make sure to check my IG page, things along those lines. I want to give a shout to She Makes Moves Enterprises in regards to Art in the Park, they're doing a great event, July 25th, Piedmont Park from 1 to 8 p.m. So drink a lot of water. Make sure to check it out. Great investment in the arts and creatives, things along those lines. Other great things are happening across the board. Goodness, kind of pausing for a minute. Oh, I woke up this morning, so that's a good thing. Even though it's been an interesting start to the day, it's been a good thing. But next week, return of the Conversation Corner. So we air every second and fourth Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stats Network live TV channel. So this weekend we'll start announcing our guests. We've got 3 great guests doing great things across entertainment, business, community, and more. I want to give shouts to the crew at Blackball and based out of Peoria, Illinois. They are doing some great research regarding the Negro Leagues, and they've added my book, Nothing Minor, to their online bookstore. So shouts to Mark Anthony Porch and that entire team of Blackball and Barnstorming. I'm even rocking their, hold up if I can get it. Goodness, I know, getting swole, rocking their bracelets. So shouts to Blackballing right there. New merch coming out. Make sure to check the website. So if you go on Instagram, click the link in my bio. The good thing is we've added a media section, so I'm very thankful. There's about maybe 30 interviews that are listed. Most have been done over like the past year. We're adding more, and as we're interfacing more with the media, anything along those lines, we'll make sure to share it. This is the original merch right here with the bracelets, so make sure to get one. We have them in different colors too, but make sure to go on the website or just hit me up and what have you. Journey of the Shadow, good to see you. Hey, thank you for your great work, Journey of the Shadow. So as we get ready to wind down, just a couple things. We try to do this quick 15, 20-minute pause just to kind of reboot, chill, things along those lines. For those who usually tune in on Facebook, had a little problem with the live stream, but we will upload this video to the Facebook page. And then I know I got to get caught up on the YouTube for the Fast 15 because there's a lot. There's a lot. So I'll make sure to get to that. But in closing, like I said from the jump, for anyone that's out there struggling, please take time to pause, reboot, get the professional or informal help that you need to kind of help you turn the corner and pivot. For folks that are doing well, please, let's not forget our peers that might not be doing as well, but feed off the positives that are taking place and take time to pause, celebrate, reflect, and then keep moving forward because there's more in store for you. Whether slow or swift, movement is movement, and whether small or big, a victory is a victory. And like I said, you've got every right to celebrate the small and or big victories and anything in between. So take your moment to pause, reflect, celebrate, then use that energy to keep it moving. And, we know there's, some nonsense and mayhem out there. I got to give shouts to my colleague, Dr. Kevin Coakley, with the great op-ed that he did in USA Today. And he was kind enough to share, some of the foolishness that he received this morning. And we know that when you're doing good and doing well, there's going to be pushback from different spaces and places, known and unknown. And you don't have to like it, but you understand that kind of comes with the territory. And even bigger, it's letting you know that in some way, shape, or form, you're constructively rattling the cage. So to all those out there who are using their voices through op-eds, through books, through creative arts, whatever, use your voice. Don't let anybody stifle your voice. Just like Outkast said many years ago, the South's got something to say. Guess what? You have something to say too. Identify your voice, find your voice, speak to what's needed at that time. And again, whether it's a powerful statement or a silent whisper, it's still your voice. So y'all take good care, continue blessings, well wishes, encouragement. Again, make sure to stay connected with me. Facebook, at the page Author Andrew Snorton. Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, AuthorASnorton. Feel free to email me at AuthorASnorton@gmail.com. I'm going to go ahead and get to handling some more business as it's a pretty big thing I got to handle today. So y'all take good care, be blessed. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. And shouts again to everybody that joined in on Instagram, Journey of the Shadow, Mano J. Toon, okay, Emery Rose Photography, Andrea Biggs. Check out her blog. Connect with Andrea Biggs and check her blog. She's doing some great work, some great culinary work too, even though she's taking a hiatus on that. Maybe she'll do a special edition, but hit her up. C-Star Legacy, thank you so much and everything. So y'all take good care, be blessed. I'm gonna see y'all later. I hope you enjoyed today's edition of the Fast 15. Make sure to join us each and every Wednesday about 1:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Facebook page and Instagram. Again, take good care. See you soon.